Alrighty. After I posted my last video, it got definitely a lot of people thinking. Surprisingly, a lot of people actually believe that, some version or my version of what's going to happen is going to happen. Look, it's not here to be creating any type of fear mongering. That's not the point. My point being more that once this rate change happens and you happen to get a lot of money, you need to find ways to securely store it. You know what I mean? Don't trust the banks. And I'm going to prove to you even more. Even more, I'm going to prove to you that what I think is going to happen most likely will happen. Okay? So a lot of you people, well, not a lot, but some of you people say no way, but let's see. I don't know if you're aware of this, but I think a test run version of what's going to happen has already taken place. For those of you who are not familiar with the story of Cyprus, what happened to their banking industry, I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of a clip, and I want you just to listen to what the person's saying is happening. Now, the video is going to go on about, 4 or 5 minutes long maybe, but it's important for you to hear this because I'm going to talk about different ways we might be able to help keep this type of thing from happening to us, okay, as investors. Okay, so just listen. So I'm gonna get all this. Everybody's saying no way. I'm saying there's a way. All right, so just listen to the first few minutes of what happened to Cyprus. Listen to what happened to them.
On days like this, you could almost forget the unfolding catastrophe. Cyprus is broke. The banks are failing. Incredibly, for the first time in the global financial crisis, bank accounts are being raided. People's savings are being seized. Not a bailout, but a bail-in, with bank customers bearing the burden.
Did you just hear what he said? This is a bail-in. Their accounts are being seized. Their money is being appropriated by the government. Okay, so let's continue.
You can drive around this rocky island in a day, a predominantly Greek-speaking country on the doorstep of the Middle East, population less than 1 million. We've come here as Cypriots absorb the shock of what's happened. In the evening at this souvlaki bar in the capital Nicosia, we get a sense of the mood.
Financial crisis is making me very sad. Sad because I'm watching people suffer, people that haven't done any mistakes. People have worked hard for years, for their whole lifetime, to save some money. And then overnight, they lose it.
That's exactly how they're going to do it. That's exactly what they're going to do to your bank accounts, your 401ks, your retirement plans, anything that you store in any type of financial institution. If this thing happens the way I think it is, they're going to take your money. And this includes cryptocurrencies. Now, I'll get more into how we could protect your cryptos, but I want you to continue to listen to what these people are saying.
This is not fair.
Σοφία Ανδρέου είναι το 6, παρακαλώ.
Eula Dimitriou is the matriarch of this family business. She's going to have 80,000 euros taken from her savings, about $100,000. Harsh treatment the European powers have demanded nowhere else in return for financial aid.
We feel we are being used as a guinea pig here.
I say the same thing. Listen what she's saying. She thinks Cyprus is being used as some type of test run for what's going to happen, and I agree with her 100%.
They want to see, Europe wants to see if this will work, and then they can do it in another place. I have friends in France, in Italy, in Spain, in Greece, and they are scared. They said this has happened once, it may happen again.
In Cyprus, the confiscation of bank deposits is universally known as the haircut. That's right, the haircut, really. The phrase conjures up visions of a trip to the barber.
I don't want the Bank of Likey cut where you lose the lot, okay? Just a tiny haircut. Had your money in Likey Bank here, deposits over €100,000 are going to be wiped out. You might get back...
Okay, I went a little bit too far, but I'm going to show you this in writing as well. These people had federally insured deposits. All monies above the federally assured amount, which here in America I believe is $250,000, wiped out. They took the money. And in addition to that, pay attention to what happened to the insured money. Okay, listen.
A few cents when the bank's assets are liquidated. You're a little bit luckier if you had your money over here in the Bank of Cyprus. Their deposits over 100,000, well, you lose 40 to 60% transferred into shares in the troubled bank. But the final figure of what the loss will be isn't known. It won't be known for months.
The pain is already being felt at this family bakery near Larnaca on the southern coast of Cyprus.
How much money did the family have in the banks here?
The family had in the company around €2 million.
She had €2 million in her account.
€2 million?
Yes.
Who was that with?
With Likey Bank.
Likey Bank, the bank that's gone to the wall,
Yes.
basically.
Unfortunately, yes. And we can't get anything from our accounts. Everything is blocked.
They took their money, or they blocked it as well. So you don't have access to your money. But I'm going to just fast forward a little bit here because I want you to... Okay, it's not on this one. It's not on another video. But anyways, so this is what I'm talking about. They took these people money. And yes, some of these people had insured accounts, okay? As a matter of fact, over here on this article, I was reading about this, and you could see when you skip down, and I'll leave this article as well, the link to it, okay? But you could come here and you can see they show you what happened to the insured account. They slapped taxes on it, all right? They literally put taxes on the money you were already saving. So already you pay taxes as it is, but what these people did is all those people who were insured, they made them pay an additional tax to help bail in all the banks, okay? But there's another thing I keep telling people when this financial crisis comes. Everybody's talking about when I get my dinar, I'll just put it into real estate. I said, you should probably wait. And there's a reason for that. I kept telling people, it was my feeling, that real estate was going to drop somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 to 40%. And people are like, no, it doesn't matter anyways. It does matter. Because if you find a way to hide your wealth, and once everything rebounds, if you could buy a piece of property that for $50,000 that you would have otherwise paid $100,000, doesn't it make sense to do that? All right, but I want you to listen because this is the same video, but a little bit further on. Listen to what she says. Okay, I just want you to hear what she says. Happened to the Cyprus property.
You start working in 24 hours.
On the day of the haircut, what happened to the property market?
Drop in prices from 15 to 20, 25% in one day.
A crash, a one-day crash?
In one day, yes.
1 day, 20%. It doesn't sound like a lot to some people. But if you're one of those people who are just on the verge of having enough dinar after the rate change happens, let's say you have like $1 million, all right? So if you go to spend $200,000 on your house, okay, and all of a sudden the market drops overnight 20%, you just lost $400,000 on a house. The point being, just wait. Eventually the ship will right. We'll get to where we need to be. It might take a few years, but you should prepare yourself. These people were going to banks. They could not even get into their bank accounts at all. All right. And then the people that could get in there, they were limited to how much money they could get out. So sure, you still have access to your money, but you can't go into the bank and take it out. You can take money out of an ATM, but you should have seen, hold on 1 second, and I'll show you real quick while I'm talking to you how long these lines are. All right. I'm going to leave the links for these just so you could see what happened. But anyways, look, watch. This is ridiculous.
global worries stemming from that financial crisis in the Mediterranean nation of Cyprus.
Now, that's stocks sliding across Asia.
Blocked access to parliament. Lawmakers had to be lifted over the barricades. Outside the banks, the lines
Look at these
are
lines.
long. Customers worried.
If you don't have cash now, can't do anything.
The banks haven't opened for 7 days.
So some of your money, you should take fiat currency and you should have a nice amount of it, at least in a very minimum 6 months worth to pay your bills and to buy food with. Put it in a little safe in your house next to your gold and your silver, just in case this happens. I can't even imagine lines of people. There would be so many fights. Total chaos would happen. You know, think about businesses would suffer because people couldn't afford to go do things, all right? So this crash would really, really hurt. Okay, again, I'm not fear-mongering. I'm just saying to you that, look, just be ready, okay? So I want to give credit to Cornbread. Cornbread, again, brought to my attention this thing called CDARS, all right? So this video is short, but this is one of the ways to protect your money if you insist on putting it into a bank. Okay, it's 2 minutes long, but I want you to hear what they do with your money.
Would you like to get the peace of mind that comes with access to multi-million-dollar FDIC insurance, combined with the convenience of managing just one banking relationship? Focus on CDARS and you can. CDARS is the Certificate of Deposit Account Registry Service. Available at thousands of banks nationwide, it's the easiest way to access multi-million-dollar FDIC coverage on CD investments. When you use CDARS, you work directly with just one bank, any bank that is a CDARS network member. Here's how CDARS works. Let's say you have $1 million to invest for your organization or yourself. With CDARS, your funds are divided into amounts below the FDIC insurance maximum of $250,000. And those smaller amounts are placed with other federally insured CDARS network members. So by working directly with just one bank, you can access coverage from many. Record keeping is simple. You receive one regular statement from your bank showing interest earned and other important details for all your CDs placed through CDARS. And of course, your confidential information remains protected. Also, CDARS can eliminate the non-stop hassle of ongoing collateral tracking if you are used to doing so. Invest using CDARS today. Enjoy access to multi-million-dollar FDIC insurance.
So do you see what they're doing? Okay, so banks will insure your money up to $250,000. If you listen to what happened to the Cyprus people, all the money above the insured amount was wiped out. They took it. Okay, so those people who had insured, the portions that are insured were actually taxed on it. 6%, some cases 9%. Okay, so, but at least they still had that money. What CDARS does, or CDARS, what they do is if you have $1 million, they place your money in a multiple accounts just below the insured amount. This way, then you still have access to all your money because it's below the line for insured money. What they're trying to do is guarantee that you don't lose any of the money by being above the insured line should something happen. Okay, so if you think about it, if you have $1 million in your account and only $250,000 of it is insured, and they come and they take it all, you just lost, $750,000 right off the get-go. Then they turn around and tax you 6%. Your $250,000 quickly dwindles. The point they're trying to make is this: why lose more than $750,000? If you're going to insist on keeping your money in the bank accounts, I highly recommend you use this service here, all right? So Cornbread brought this to my attention, and I thought this is very interesting. Use this account to go ahead and let them open up accounts on your behalf in multiple banks, keeping you just below that line. So now if you have $1 million and you put about $200,000 in 5 accounts, all $1 million of your dollars is secured because it's below the $250,000 FDIC insured amount. You probably might get taxed on it, but even so, I'd rather pay 6% than having lost more than 75% of my money altogether. Okay, there's a big difference between losing 6% of your money versus 75%. All right, that's just one method. Okay, the other thing I've been talking about is this. Okay, I keep telling people, you think I'm crazy, but look, you guys should start finding ways. Get a safe. Put it in your house. Don't tell anybody about your business. Okay, it's important for you to use some of your funds to store up on gold and silver. Look at this guy's collection. Now, he is a numismatic collector, obviously. He's like me. We are into the coins for their art, their rarity, their value. So not just the precious metal value. We're into it for low mintages. There's a whole art form to this, all right? But this guy here, look, he's got, 6.63 pounds or 96.75 troy ounces of gold. All right. For those of you who are going in your heads right now trying to calculate it out, let's do it super quick if we can. All right. So here's the calculator. Okay. Let's just use a round number because I think right now, okay, let's not. Let's go to gold. Let's see what gold is going for right now, super quick. I think it's about 1,500. It actually got close to, I think, 1,800, but I don't know if it's come down a little bit. Let's see where they are currently. So if you think about what the gold price is, and this guy here, so gold right now is, come on, slow computer, somebody didn't feed the damn hamster. I see cryptos are starting to move again. I still think there is a small window of opportunity for people to make money. Okay, so let's just say 1570. So this guy's got 1570 per ounce. This guy here has 96.75 troy ounces times 1,570. We'll just use a round number. So how much money does this guy got sitting in gold right there? $151,000. All right. You could buy coins. You could do things like that. You could stack silver or gold bars. You could stack silver bars. Okay. There's many ways in which you can do this. Now, my friend brought something to my attention. Or anyways, here's that article. Look, they go on to show you what had happened. So the EU decided to bail out Cyprus. They give them $13 billion, been in $13 billion as the bailout. But then they said that Cyprus had to come up with $7.5 billion of their own dollars. And that's when they taxed the insured deposits. Okay. So sure, you can have an account, you can have the money in there, and maybe they won't take it all. This is just what they did to Cyprus. We have no idea what the hell they're going to do to everybody else, in my opinion. Okay, so sure, they did this in Cyprus. I agree, like that lady. I think they were the guinea pigs. I think they did a test run to see what would happen. I think that's what's going to happen everywhere. Whether they do it one section at a time, I have no idea. So what I'm saying is this. I'm not trying to say that, you won't get the money. You'll get the money, but I'm also saying they'll give it to you on a rate change, or if your crypto skyrocket, they have no problem giving you money. You want to know why? Because they plan on taking it from you. That's why. Okay? So that's just my opinion. I think that's what's going to happen. Now, again, I'm not fear-mongering. I'm just saying that people should be prepared. Find different ways. You should be planning now. If you have not already, if you've been in this investment longer than 3 months and you haven't already started planning on what you're going to do with your money, I'm not talking about, I'm going to buy that mansion. I'm going to buy that expensive car. No, that's not planning. That's wasting. They are totally planning on you guys getting frivolous with your money. And what I mean by planning is this. You need to come up with the amount of money that you could live on comfortably every month. And then you have to find a way to invest your money that will give you that return each month that you can live on. Basically what happens is your money's working for you. Don't touch the principal. Live off the interest. If you can't learn to do that, you're going to be one of the 85% of the people that are flat broke within 5 months. I don't care how much money you got, all right? So just be careful. There are different ways to protect yourself from any coming crisis, okay? Is it going to happen? I don't know. People say, do you believe it's going to happen? I believe it's possible, okay? So, yeah, there's a lot of signs that's telling me this happens, all right? There's a lot of signs saying this is coming up. Now, I know people go, oh, but the economy's screaming, we're doing so good. Hey, just so you're aware, before every major crash, this happens. The stock market goes up. Gold and silver slightly go up. Most of the time, they'll drive the price down as low as possible. Okay? If you're going to get, your money, then you need to find a way to hide it in your house. Or not even in your house, really, because if they do a confiscation, you don't want no records that you bought gold or silver. I recommend you take your money and run around to all your local gold and silver coin dealers and just pay cash over the counter and grab up as much as possible. And I know some of you are going, dude, I got millions. What happens if I got 10 million and I want to pump 2 million into it? Then you need to work something out with your local dealers. Tell them you'll pay them cash. They'll order on your behalf, and then you'll get your order from them. There'll be no paperwork, all right? Then you take it and you need to find a way to secure your gold and silver. I'm telling you, it's important. You should be very careful about that. I'm telling you, it's a safe way to protect your wealth. This isn't hedging your wealth. This is not hedging against the market. This is protecting your wealth. People go, oh, gold and silver value don't go up. You can't get rich on it. Yeah, you can. You actually can. How can you get rich on gold and silver? Well, let me put it to you this way. Let's pretend that you did put $2 million into gold. And let's say you did have 10, and you have 8 of that million sitting in a bank. And they take it. They take all your millions and only leave you to $250,000. Technically, if you think about it, the gold made you rich because you're smart enough to protect your wealth by storing it in precious metals. Also, whatever's happening, this crisis, they're going to have to raise, and not by a little bit. They're going to have to raise it a lot. So before, when I thought all these people were loony, sitting around there talking about, oh, gold's going to go to 5,000, 10,000, 100,000. I was thinking, I don't think it's going to go that high. But, the more I think about it, it's possible. If we're going to do some currency reset, it's not just going to be a currency reset. You're going to see a currency reset, a debt reset, and a new monetary system. Okay, that's what they're going to do. They're going to herd us like cattle into the next thing that they promise. Because what they're going to do is they're going to blame the banks. Oh, these bad, evil bankers, that's them. And those same bad, evil bankers are going to give you a solution. All right, we did it here in 2008. We did a bank bailout. Taxpayers paid for all the money mismanaging that took place here in the United States. That was a test run. All right, so that's fine. If you're going to be one of those people out there go, nah, none of this has happened. It's all bullshit. Good luck. Be naive. What is that saying in the Bible for you Bible thumpers? A fool and their money are soon departed. No, I don't even know if that's in the Bible. But anyway, so if you're going to be foolish about what you do with your money, you'll soonly soonly will be departed from it, or is it, or soon parted, or whatever the fuck it's called. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I'm sure I'm gonna catch crap about that in the comments. But anyways, the point being, be wise, be smart. If somebody's out there telling you something stupid like you don't need to get a lawyer or you don't need to get a financial advisor, don't listen to them, because they're the idiots that are going to lose their money. If they're telling you you can set these things up yourself, sure, if you know what you're doing, but it pays, it really does pay to talk to an expert who can help you protect your investments, someone who can help set up accounts in such a way that you can live off the interest. All right, all you got to do is set a goal on your monthly interest, on your monthly expenses, and just set yourself up that way. All right, anyways, I'm just rambling on right now, but you got to admit, you have to admit, This is really sexy. As a coin collector, I'm really jealous of this guy's collection, man. This is a great collection. Anyways, I just thought I would put this out there because a lot of people are asking me, do you think this is going to really happen? Do you think, I think it's possible. And I think there's a lot of signs that say it is going to happen. What I'm trying to say to you people is, if this thing does happen, it's going to happen. One thing's going to happen after the other, and it's going to happen fairly quickly. So if you're not preparing now, you should be preparing now. Just pretend like you know for a fact that it's going to happen. And if you're set up to protect yourself, how can you go wrong? And then you just pray for the best that it never happens, but at least you're protected, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. Don't be naive. Protect what you're going to get, okay? Just be smart, right? So that CEDARS, I think it's looks like a good deal. If they're going to take everything above whatever is insured, that's meaning that we trust that they'll only take that, then that is probably one of your safest bets if you're going to scatter your money and hold them into accounts. Okay, I think that's something I'm going to look into myself. But the truth of the matter is, I'm going to hold a pretty large amount hidden in my house in fiat currency, just so I can write this thing out and see what's going on. A big portion is going to be hidden in gold and silver, and I told you how to do that without a paper trail. Start preparing yourself now. And I told you guys, be careful on real estate. 20% over one night. I think in this case, it's going to be between 30 and 40% when it's all said and done. Just ride the wave out until it's done. Then pull out all your goodies and start buying those blue chip stocks because they're going to be much cheaper. Ones that pay dividends. Start buying real estate. This is how these rich people stay rich. They do slick shit like I'm telling you right now. They do the same damn thing, okay? Write it out. Be smart. All right? Look, subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment. I love when you guys leave comments. I try to respond to them as much as possible. I know a lot of other people don't do that. But just so you guys know, a lot of you guys have been asking me about the tax lady I was going to do a live show with. So me and her have set up 2 tentative dates, just so you are aware. February the 4th, I think it is, and February the 6th. So me and her are just going to lock down the date for sure, and then I'll announce it to everybody. You'll be able to watch the live show, and you'll be able to ask questions from the chat room. Now, I've already sent a bunch of questions to her, but she will be able to answer your questions. She is literally a Forex tax expert, okay? So that's who we're going to be talking to. So she knows a lot about Forex. And I know a lot of you guys are going, well, this isn't Forex. It's a form of it, and you should just at least tune in and hear what she's got to say. All right, so I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.